My first order of business will be making sure all the kingdoms are welcome, even Wonderland. This is for Princess Red.
This is crazy.
I will never kneel to a tyrant.
Off with her head.
So how do we stop your mom and save mine? This is a time machine.
We can go back.
And save our moms. Where are we?
Not where, when.
She's Ursula's baby sister.
Thanks, sure.
For all.
Whose side are you on?
Say it.
Sorry.
What's my name? What's my name?
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, we're going to be reviewing the Descendants Rise of Red. Not it is Descendants 4, but Descendants Rise of Red.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it dropped. Cookie was saying it maybe dropped like around midnight or something.
Because I when I checked, it was like around 9:10, and it was already there. So I think it dropped midnight.
Oh yeah, then it probably did.
Yeah.
So I mean, we literally. Well, I woke up quite late, but we literally woke up, got straight to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna review it. It makes me thinking we're gonna turn on the trailer. This is not a trailer reaction.
It's not, guys.
Yeah, we're just gonna review it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, tell you our thoughts. So
Yeah.
I mean, won't really do much of a recap, but we'll just do like the key. Like obviously they did link to. They did make reference to Mal, Ben, and Evie.
Yeah, what they're actually, why they're not in it, basically, and what they're doing.
Yeah, which obviously. Obviously it's going to be weak at the end of the day because they should be in it. So the reason is going to be weak, but whatever, fine. Yeah. So they're uniting other kingdoms.
Yeah, they're going off. Yeah, bringing more kingdoms to unite with Auradon.
Yeah. So fine. Obviously Uma was in just the very beginning, really.
Pretty much.
But the part she was in. Guess was good.
Yeah.
Obviously they did a reprise of What's My Name.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Yes.
Wasn't better than the original, but it was only supposed to be a snippet anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they referenced Carlos.
Yeah, that was so
really
lovely.
Nice.
It was so lovely. I think she was kind of explaining why they're doing what they're doing.
Yes.
And then they her and Fairy Godmother looked at the picture. And it was of Carlos, and basically. I don't obviously remember what she said, but kind of like do it in his name. Almost.
Because they were talking about
Princess Red.
They were talking about uniting Wonderland with Auradon, and Fairy Godmother was against it. Yeah, and so that's why Uma said it's what Carlos would want.
Yeah, and it was just so lovely. And obviously, Uma started crying. You saw the tears when she looked at it, and even Fairy Godmother, she was getting a bit emotional. But like Uma was crying, and it was just such a lovely moment.
Obviously for China and McClain, that was authentic. That wasn't acting.
Absolutely, that was her.
So it was really
that
nice.
was her, and that was just lovely. So when we watched it, we were like, oh, okay, so they've obviously written that into the storyline of actually Carlos as well. Which makes sense. I think that's better than just saying, oh, Carlos is off doing da-da-da-da.
It's true.
No, I think it is nice the way they've done it, especially because Descendants 3. I can't remember if I don't think he saw it. So they couldn't have done a tribute to him in the film. Was really nice. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's what Carlos would have wanted. So don't do it for me. Do it in honor of him.
So they made reference to Carlos.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
And then after that, really, so the whole movie was based around Red, and I think her name's Blue.
Yeah, I think her name is Blue as well. I don't think they really went. Yeah. Because obviously the Queen of Hearts obviously wants Red to take her part in being like the Queen, and basically Red doesn't want to be anything like her mum, to be honest, and the Queen wants her to basically be her. One day you'll be Queen, all sorts of stuff. And Red is just like, well, no, I want my own life. I want to do my own thing. I don't want what you want. I don't want to be anything like you. Mm-hmm. And so the film is like that journey of how do I prevent that. And it's basically, well, then how do I change her? Yeah.
So obviously the scene where so obviously Uma invites Princess Red to join Auradon Prep.
Yeah.
And the scene where they now come into Auradon and the Queen of Hearts turns on them and declares war.
Yeah.
Really, really good scene.
Yeah.
I think Rita Ora did actually a really good job as Queen of Hearts, and that's quite surprising.
Yeah.
Because she's a singer, and I don't actually think she's ever acted in anything, but I could be wrong.
We were saying that I don't think I've even seen her in anything. So if it is like the first one to kind of break her into it, she did really well.
I think she did quite well. It did suit her, and she looked lovely.
She did.
She looked beautiful.
She did
as Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, really suited her.
Mm-hmm.
So that scene was really good, and they definitely showed Queen of Hearts to be powerful.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why they chose Queen of Hearts to be like that, but they definitely made her powerful.
Yeah, because it's not like we really saw it in like Alice in Wonderland.
No. She was just ruthless.
Yeah, that's it. Really, it's not really
ruthless.
like powerful, like Maleficent or someone like that. But she just had her kingdom and she did whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
Yeah, but they never showed power in
really.
Alice in Wonderland.
Not in that aspect. No.
So it's quite interesting why they decided to show her in that light in this movie. Yeah. But she did a really good job.
Yeah, she did.
But that was that scene, and then obviously that's the scene that they went back in time. Mm-hmm. Obviously Queen of Hearts wasn't always evil. Yeah. And we saw her as when she was younger. Yeah. And she was best friends with Cinderella.
So we saw the history of like all of them going to school together. So like Maleficent, Hades, Morgana's son.
And Morgana's son, Uliana,
which is
Uliana, baby sister of Ursula and Morgana, technically. Yeah. And then don't think they said his name, or maybe they did and they only said it once. But if we can find his name, we'll put it on the screen. Yeah. But then we also met the son of Morgana. Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about this because in the trailer reaction we did reference Morgana. Yeah, we did. Because it didn't make sense why Uliana was not Morgana. Yeah. Because in the original, there was two sisters, Ursula and Morgana. So we were just like, well, why not just make Uliana Morgana? Yeah. Anyway, they've referenced Morgana in the movie.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And so there's three sisters, Uliana, Morgana, and Ursula. Mm-hmm. So we paused it a couple of times because we was like, what is going on here? Yeah. So what they've done is they've made Ursula or Morgana much older than Uliana. Yes. It was evident when he said son of Morgana.
Yeah, and they're like in the same school in the same year.
And they're in the same school in the same year. Yeah. So and I think they referenced it anyway because they were saying Ursula,
baby sister.
Yeah, the Ursula baby sister, which obviously references that she's much younger, and then also because they said Ursula did a prank on the freshman. Yeah. So
they were in the school way before
them, which I thought it was. I thought it was good that they referenced Morgana, but it still didn't make any sense because you could have made Uliana Morgana.
You could have just done that because she is the baby sister of Ursula anyway.
But I guess maybe you wanted a new character.
Yeah.
So fine.
That's what they do anyway.
Yeah, so fine. Obviously, which means Uliana is the auntie of the son of Morgana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which does happen when you're in the same age group. So it's not far-fetched or anything. Yeah. I mean, I think Dara Reneé did a good job. To be fair, I thought she was going to be in more of it. Yeah. She wasn't really in it that much.
Yeah. But her song was good. Yeah. And obviously, if you've watched like High School Musical, the series, obviously that's where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously, if you've watched that show, then that is where she's coming from. So obviously, at first we were like, no, props to her because she deserves that. Yeah, for sure. Because she can really sing.
She can sing.
So she did really well in it. So we were like, yeah, no, she deserves that shine. And the songs that she was in, we were like, definitely.
I definitely love the attitude that she brought to the character.
Definitely.
And I think they knew what they were doing in a sense where she acted like Uma.
And she sounded like Uma.
She acted like Uma. She did. She looked like Uma a little bit. Obviously, they have different facial features. But
like the hair,
honestly,
outfit,
and I think they did a really good job in that sense. But they probably did it because they're in the same bloodline. Yeah, they're family.
And again, because we were saying that I think in the trailer reaction, it's again like almost given us that evident replacement. Because obviously we know that China was in it to kind of like be that bridge for us to move on into a different set of like people, coming away from the people that we grew up with. So it makes sense that I think they've evidently made her like a replica of China. Yeah, because think so. That's who we've had with all the other actors who we've grown up with, and Uma being that bridge to kind of like take us along to these people, and then making Dara Reneé's character basically a replica of Uma. Yeah, I think they've done that like strategically. Yeah, and it worked though.
Yeah, it worked. She did a good job.
Yeah,
she did a good job. Mm-hmm. I think. Obviously, if we talk about like the plot, so obviously briefly, the plot is Queen of Hearts is obviously evil. She declares war on Auradon, and she's basically controlling Red, her daughter, and Red's basically not having it. Yeah. But I think her final straw was when she kind of pushed her to sentence Cinderella to death. Yeah. Because she refused to bow down to the Queen of Hearts. So obviously she goes back in time now, and she takes Blue with her. Yeah. So basically their objective is to find out why the Queen of Hearts turned evil and turn her back. Yeah. Basically. Because the Queen of Hearts was saying that prank that prank at the ball or something.
Yeah. At Castle Coming.
Made me look like a monster. Yeah. Basically that's what made her. Yeah. So they've now gone back in time to change that. Yeah. So because when we were watching it, there's this book, I don't even know what it's called, but it's sort of like a sorcerer's cookbook or something. That Uliana was the one that put did the prank on the Queen of Hearts. What's her name? Bridget.
Yes, yeah.
She's the one that did the prank on Bridget, and she got it from a book that Red and Blue stole. But when in the scene that they stole it, didn't make any sense because Merlin. So Merlin was in it. So it's Merlin Academy.
Merlin Academy before
so they
it was
put Merlin in
prep.
it. I think they did a good job with Merlin.
Yeah, but he sounded like him.
He sounded like Merlin, but they could have made him look like Merlin.
No, we were like, where's the white hair?
But maybe he wasn't that old.
Yeah, but you could have at least made him have streaks of it, like he's turning into that. Yeah. Like, no, come on now.
But he did sound like him. He did. And he did look like him. And I even said to Leah when we were watching the movie, it made sense that it's Merlin Academy. Yeah. Because if you go back to the Sword in the Stone movie, he was very big on Arthur having an education. Yeah. And he was kind of like his tutor almost. Yeah. 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 And his mentor. So it makes sense that they made it Merlin Academy. Yeah. I thought that was really good. That was really good, yeah. But then in the scenes, so they didn't put Archimedes in it, but they put an owl in it. Owl statues, enchanted the owl. Yeah. To basically be Merlin's, not pet, but...
If any trouble came, they would like wake up and go and tell him.
But not put Archimedes in it, which I feel like you could have
easily done. Because we were saying, like, I think it was Descendants. I think it was 1 or 2. But like Carlos's dog. Yeah. Like obviously when they enchanted him or whatever, and then he could speak. So they could have easily put an owl in there and then make him speak.
Yeah, they could have done that. They could have done that, but fine. But that scene, right, so Merlin put an enchantment on the book that would stop bad people from getting...
fall into the wrong hands,
yeah. Right. So when Uliana and her people open the book, they get frozen.
Yes.
And then so Chloe gives this big monologue.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Like... That you're nothing like your mum, basically. So Red opens it and nothing happens to her. So that's when you pointed out, oh, okay. So then we're thinking... Every time an evil person opens the book, the enchantment...
That's what happens.
Releases. And that's what happens. Yeah. So then we're thinking, okay, so in the past, because they're in the past. Yeah. So it obviously happened where Uliana got a hold of the book and the prank was made on Bridget. Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense because if the enchantment always releases, then how did they do the spell?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense because obviously they've gone to change the past. So whatever they've just done didn't happen originally. So if the book always releases this enchantment when it falls into the wrong hands, how on earth did Uliana actually manage to use the book to put the prank on Bridget? It doesn't make sense because they would have got frozen. Yeah. And because we were saying, okay, so maybe that means once it's done the enchantment, it can't do it again. But that's false. Because when Blue and Red then went to open it, they were happy. But they were afraid that there was going to be another enchantment because she's obviously a villain's kid. Mm-hmm. But it didn't. But they gave off the impression that it could have happened again. So if that's the case, then how did Uliana actually manage to eventually use the book against Bridget? It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. It doesn't add up. I feel like that was one of the gaps in the plot that we was like, make it make sense. Like
doesn't make sense. Didn't make any sense. In the long run, doesn't make sense.
No, and then in another point when they went to Cinderella's house and they saw obviously her past because obviously we know the story of Cinderella. Yeah, but it was when they got there, I was like. This doesn't make any sense why Blue doesn't know her mother's childhood. Because I was saying to Leah, like, it makes no sense. Like, Cinderella is a hero. And Leah was even saying, 1, Cinderella was a hero. And 2, she's never been afraid of her past.
Never.
Ashamed of her past. Yeah. And if you go back to Cinderella 2, she wanted her people in the kingdom. Yeah. And at the ball. Yeah. That she was in charge of planning it.
Yeah, and she wanted to keep on doing what she was doing beforehand. Like, even though now she was royalty or whatever, she was with the prince, she still wanted to do stuff like greeting the peasants and the commoners and all of that. She wanted to keep all of that going.
Yeah.
So now, the fact that Blue doesn't know anything about that, we're like, yeah, but Cinderella's not the type of person to hide that.
No.
Like, because that's giving off that she's ashamed of that.
No.
And
she's not the kind of person to hide that, and obviously Prince Charming knows where she's coming from as well.
Yeah.
So why does it now seem like you as parents and as king and queen have kept that from your daughter?
Yeah.
That to me that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just remembered they're not actually king and queen of Auradon, because I said it in the movie. It was Belle and Beast. Belle and Beast were the king and queen of Auradon.
They were.
Because Ben is their son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, they're not the king and queen. So they obviously came from their kingdom to Auradon. But anyway, that made no sense to me. So the fact that Blue got to the house and was like, oh, I didn't know you had this life. That, to me, that doesn't make no sense. Why would you not share
that down to her?
That doesn't make no sense. And even you were saying, why would they raise Blue to be acting like she's privileged?
Yeah, why would they do that?
Because Cinderella wasn't royal.
And exactly, Cinderella never grew up that way. And then even then, Prince Charming never carried on like, you know, like he was on his high horse. Really. He did not.
He didn't.
I mean, that's why he got with someone like Cinderella. Like, so again, Prince Charming was acting like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just completely out of character for them.
Yeah, I think that is completely out of character. So I didn't like that. I was like, the whole time I was like, no, like, you should know her childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was that I didn't like. Mm-hmm. Then what else was gaps in plot? Yeah, I mean, this is jumping right back. This is jumping right to the end though.
Yeah.
But so the scene that they go back in time is the scene where the Queen of Hearts declares war on them, and Cinderella is sentenced to death, right? So when they've gone back in time and they've stolen the book and the prank never happens, they go back to their original time, but it takes them back to the scene where the Queen of Hearts has declared war. Now, the whole reason why the Queen of Hearts and Princess Red were invited to Auradon is because Wonderland is evil.
And they were banned.
And they were banned. They were banished. So why take them back to the scene where they've been invited to Auradon after banishment? It makes no sense, because now basically they didn't now reference why they're now invited to Auradon.
Exactly.
Because the time has changed now. They've changed the past.
They've changed everything.
So now you have to explain why in this time now they've been invited to Auradon. Why are you there?
Why is it only now that Red's been invited to your school?
Exactly. Why are you happy? Oh, I'm so happy that Princess Red has been invited to Auradon. Why? And then also, why did you keep Uma saying, excuse me?
Yeah, when she was messing about
with the cards. It doesn't add
up. It doesn't add up, and it's like they just ran straight into it, wanting to finish it, but it doesn't make sense. Red was invited there in the first place because they were banned or banished from the land or whatever. Yeah. And now that Uma's principal, she wanted to obviously give, you know, because she's a VK, and she wanted to, you know, give another VK another chance to be a part of the school. Mm-hmm. But if you've literally changed the whole history of what's been going on, so Queen of Hearts is not evil anymore, so they wouldn't have got banished or anything like that. So why is it only now that Red is being invited to the school? Why would she not already be in the school?
Yeah.
Why is she still getting invited?
Yeah, exactly. And then I was saying as well that, okay, fine. So now Red is no longer a VK.
Yeah, because the Queen of Hearts
she's good. She's a hero now. So she can't be a VK. So that means she's not on the same level as Uma, Mal, Evie,
Carlos, all
because
of them.
their parents never turned good.
No.
So Red is no longer a VK.
She's not a VK.
And also, I'm sure Disney has done this before, but I'm not sure. If you've gone back in time, what should have happened when they changed the past is Chloe. Her name's Chloe.
I think her name's Chloe. Yeah.
Oh, is that the mum's name?
No.
Her name's Chloe.
It's Chloe, yeah.
I'm calling her Blue.
Chloe, but they do call her that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, Red calls her that.
Chloe and Red, when they changed the past, they should have actually disappeared and gone back into their present time. Reason being is because only the Queen of Hearts changed. Nobody else changed. So when they now come back to the present time, Red is walking in down the aisle when she was supposed to be sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's like
they were both on the stairs, and it's like,
and now it's like now with me saying she's no longer a VK, Red's come back into the present time still dressed as Red, still Red. She's still been through those experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the past has changed. So this means that
everything.
That means that Bridget never raised you the way you've known.
Yeah.
The way we saw her in the beginning, Bridget never raised her like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it makes no sense.
It's true because and when they were in the past, Bridget said she would never do that to her daughter. She would never treat her like that.
So that means that's the Bridget that we now know now.
Yeah.
So it would have made more sense if you actually just disappeared and gone back into the present time.
And to be honest, what I said as well with that, is when that whole situation happened, I was like, okay, fair enough, because she was pink before. Mm-hmm. Obviously to symbolise that she was obviously good, she was kind and whatever, and then she became the Queen of Hearts. So now at the very end, when she was sitting down or whatever, we were back in that scene, I was like, why is she still red?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, whatever. I was thinking, but she shouldn't be red anymore because she was pink before. Then when she turns around, she, like, the middle section is pink, and the rest of her is red. We were like, okay, that makes sense because she was pink before. But then I was like, yeah, but she shouldn't have any red.
Well, why is she a blend of reds?
And obviously they've done that because, yes, she's the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts is red.
Yeah.
But
that's probably why
if she was pink before, why would she now be half pink, half red? She would be pink.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We probably know why you've done it like that, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a lot of gaps in the plot.
Loopholes,
for me.
For sure.
There was a lot of things that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
We think they put Flotsam and Jetsam in it.
Yeah, I saw.
We only saw one ill.
We only saw one.
Yeah.
But I saw the ill and I was like, oh, that's the ill from Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. So little things like that, Jasmine and Aladdin.
Yeah.
We was like, no way did they put them in it. Oh my god, that was so funny.
No way.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then they put they made Cinderella and Prince Charming sing their song, So This Is Love.
Yeah, that was
Which,
love.
it was a really good version.
Yes, it was.
There was a really, I mean, obviously I don't know the guy. Obviously we know Brandy.
Yeah.
Brandy did a really good job in that song. She they sang it well.
Yeah.
And of course they did that to Cinderella and Prince Charming, but you had to make them so cheesy. But
well, typical. But they weren't really like, they're not like the cheesiest.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Unless you want to count Cinderella 3, but they weren't really cheesy in that.
Yeah, I don't think they're the cheesiest.
No.
I don't even know who's the cheesiest. I was going to say Anna and Hans, but they weren't even...
For sure, but it wasn't really a proper thing anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, so they did that.
And now I know the key to all heaven is mine.
Yeah,
there was some really nice parts.
They had a lot of nuggets.
Yes, they did.
A lot of nuggets, but...
And again, at the very end... Uma says at the very end, oh, you didn't think this was the end of the story, did you? And I said to Sarai, that's exactly what Mal said. I think it was 1 or 2. I think it was actually 1, but she said it at the end, so we were like, don't tell me they're going to do another one again.
Yeah.
So obviously that's to tell us that, well, they are going to continue it.
Which I guess China and McClain already kind of hinted at that, because she was like, it's a new story with new characters.
Yeah.
I guess she already hinted at it, but I'm not going to lie.
And again,
I really don't want to see
Descendants is a big franchise, so it makes sense, and it obviously brought them a lot of money, so it makes sense why they don't want to put it to bed.
Yeah.
They should have before this film, but yeah, so they obviously don't want to put it to bed, and they want to keep exploring new things.
Yeah. And then obviously since we touched on this in the trailer reaction, we'll talk about the songs. Mm-hmm. So what did you think about the songs? Because you were saying that the writer wasn't the one that made the songs.
Oh,
so
I don't know about the writer.
It wasn't the one that wrote the songs of Descendants. He wasn't in this one. Is he not the writer of the songs?
No, I don't know about that.
So that's what you said in the trailer reaction. So what was you saying?
No, I think that was Moana.
Oh. My bad. Yeah,
no,
sorry,
but yeah, we will talk about the songs for sure.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the songs.
Obviously, if there's any zombies fans out there, I love zombies. Number 1, 2, and 3, I absolutely love zombies. And if you've seen Zombies 3 now, I felt that a lot of the songs and the style of music that they've done in this film, they have taken from Zombies 3.
And even me, I'm not a fan of zombies, but I've seen it, and I would have to agree.
Because, like, Zombies 1 and 2, The music in Zombies 3 was completely different from Zombies 1 and 2.
It was.
The Zombies 3 kind of took the rap and the fast singing and all of that. That's what Zombies 3 kind of took. And obviously, yeah, I liked it, but again, yeah, it's a different style to number 1 and 2. They've done that in pretty much all of the songs in this film.
Mm-hmm.
And they've not done anything like that in 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
So the first song happened and I was like, they've copied Zombies 3.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away. Because that was pretty much all of the songs in Zombies 3. And I was just saying, not that it didn't work, because some of them were still good.
I would say most of them didn't work.
Yeah.
I think only maybe a few of them was okay.
Yes. And it just didn't... It like, obviously, when Zombies 3 came, it was like, oh, this is a new style compared to 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it still worked. Now, Descendants... I don't think it works for Descendants.
I don't think it worked.
1, 2, and 3 did not have that. So now doing it for this, it didn't work for Descendants in my opinion.
I don't think it worked.
They obviously did it because maybe it worked for Zombies 3, which is fair enough, but it didn't work for Descendants.
Yeah, or maybe you never know. Maybe they could have brought that vibe in also because of Rita Ora, because I'm sure Rita Ora has some songs where she raps. Or is that Jessie J?
That's definitely Jessie J.
Definitely Jessie J. Yeah.
Definitely Jessie J. But again, then do that for Rita Ora's songs. You pretty much did it for all of them.
Yeah.
You overdid it.
And most of the time it didn't work.
Yeah, you overdid it. Because Zombies 3, they didn't do it in all of them. It was only a few. And they didn't overdo it. They overdid it in this song.
Yeah.
And in this film, sorry. And I feel like there was a lot of songs in it as well.
There was a lot of songs.
It was like every minute there was a song.
Yeah.
And obviously, yes, that's what musicals is about. Again, but I feel like the other ones don't overdo it. I feel like every minute there was a song.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
And then in terms of the quality of the songs or the standard of the songs, some of them were okay.
Some of them was alright.
The songs were okay.
I say alright.
Obviously we know Rita Ora can sing.
Yeah. So she sounded good in all the ones that she had.
The harmonies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Kylie, I think this is how you say her name, but Kylie Central, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, she did
well. She can sing.
Yeah, she can sing.
She really can.
Dara Reneé can sing, obviously, we know that
from the High School Musical, the series.
Yeah, so, and obviously Chloe, it was the standard of songs, I would say that compared to, because obviously we are huge Disney fans and we pretty much re-sing all the most of the Disney songs out there.
Yeah, films and Disney Channel.
I would say that the songs probably didn't come close to the three before. Actually, no, number one, yes, because number one wasn't that, the songs weren't that great.
It only had a couple.
Yeah, exactly. But number 2 and 3, absolutely not.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not. And I do think that the rapping ruined a lot of the songs.
It ruined a lot of it because it wasn't needed. Yeah. It wasn't. Sorry, this was just flying on my face. It wasn't needed.
Yeah.
It ruined it. It's not Descendants.
Yeah. So I would say the songs could have been better.
Yeah.
They weren't terrible.
They weren't.
But they could have been better. And then the movie overall, because let's get ready to rate it. So obviously the movie overall was good.
It wasn't bad.
I wasn't disappointed. It wasn't rubbish.
No.
But it also was not better than number 2 or 3. It was probably better than number 1.
Probably.
But let us know what you think, because I think number 1 definitely was the weakest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, But number 1 was set in the scene anyway.
Yeah. It's not that it was rubbish, because it was good. And obviously number 1 obviously bred, people's love for Descendants. So obviously it couldn't have been rubbish.
Exactly.
But But it was the first one set in the stone, set in the scene, innit?
Yeah. I mean in terms of rating.
Yeah, I don't even know, Maybe
it was okay. I'm gonna say a 6.
I was thinking, to be honest, 6.5.
Yeah.
Around that.
I would say about a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was good, it wasn't rubbish, but it wasn't up there either.
No.
And I didn't expect it to be.
No.
I didn't expect it to be. You had a lot of missing OG characters. I did not expect it to be up there.
Yeah, and again you had loopholes and you had things where were pausing and we're like, hold on, that doesn't actually make sense. And we're going back and we're trying to re-listen to it and it's like, actually doesn't make sense.
And I never got that from the original 3.
No, but again, they would have to do that because at the end of the day, Descendants 4 should be the OGs. So now that you've taken all of them out, it makes sense why things don't make sense.
Yeah,
because
it does.
It's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it wasn't rubbish. I will say though, I think Red did a really good job. I did kind of like her character, especially
I liked her character.
And to be honest, her song Red, It was a good song. And
yeah, but again, it was the rapping.
Yes, it was the rapping.
Like,
that was like the thing that was off about it. But other than that, I think that was a good. She did it well. That's what I would say.
She did her character. She played her character well.
Even her characterization in that scene and the song and all the running and then the jumping off. I think she did really good.
She did. It was a really good scene.
I think she did well.
If that rapping wasn't there, I would have been like,
yes, she did well.
It was a really good scene.
She did well,
especially for her first introduction.
Exactly.
I think Red played her
in the movie. She did good.
Yeah, I think Red played it well.
Yeah, she did.
Kylie Central.
Kylie, yeah.
I think Rita Ora did a good job.
Very good.
Brandy was hardly in it, but I guess she was okay.
She was okay. If you've seen the Cinderella, the old one, I didn't like that film, but obviously that's why they picked her.
I liked Dara Reneé. She was hardly in it, which was disappointing to me.
Very.
But Dara Reneé, I loved the attitude that she brought to her character.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Uma was hardly in it. Again, very disappointing.
Yes.
And then Chloe, I didn't really much like Chloe. I thought Chloe was quite a pointless character. And I think especially the fact that she didn't know her mother's history.
Yeah.
I think for me that was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Just had Michael crying. Sorry guys. Like, just wait.
Yeah. But the leads, I would say, well, the leads really was Red, Chloe, Bridget, the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, and
I would say them three, to be honest.
I'm not even gonna say Uliana,
and I would say definitely Kylie Central and Rita Ora's characters for sure, but not so much Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she had to be there. And obviously they referenced Chad, which I said to you they would have to reference Chad. Because that's his sister.
That as well. It's just a shame that they had opportunities to put these characters in. Like, yes, the OGs don't want to be in it. And maybe it is a case of those actors not wanting to do it either.
Yeah.
Because they all knew Cameron Boyce. So maybe it's a case of them also not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
But not having Chad in it, and I can't remember his name right now, but Hook, the son.
Yeah.
And he was Uma's right-hand man.
Harry,
sorry, that's it, yeah. Not having Harry in it. And when she came in and she was like, oh, pirates.
Yeah.
Not having Harry there, for me, I was like, I really don't like that.
Yeah.
Harry was her right-hand man. He
was a ride or die. Like, he was always
not
there.
Having Harry in, like, obviously, if you want to replace an actor, fine. But not having Harry in it, I was like, no.
But even down to, like, obviously Harry is the right hand man, so that's the most important. But even down to Gaston's son.
Yeah.
Even down to that. You know? Like, no.
Yeah.
And then, so this is why I don't think they should have made another movie.
Yeah.
This is why I don't think they should have done it, because you've got all these missing characters and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And they didn't even explain where Harry was, so maybe they didn't think he was that important to explain it.
Which is silly.
Anyway.
And, yeah, man. And all the other VKs.
Yeah.
You know, like the that little girl that Evie was, like, really close with, Gisella. Gisella's daughter,
Gisella's daughter, and then also
Smee's
Dr. Facilier's daughter.
Yeah, Smee's children.
Oh, yeah.
Not that they were, like, a massive part, but, again, Facilier's daughter. You know, Gisella's daughter.
Yeah.
People that actually played a big part in previous ones. No reference, nothing.
No.
Not even their children, you know? So it's like, you've literally just moved on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get it, because obviously the actors are not in it, but again, at least have references of these people or something. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah.
And then I think the last point as well, I think it would have been really good if they put Arthur in it.
We were talking about that. We're like, does that mean he's going to be in it?
Yeah. And they could have, because he owned the school, so they could have...
He could have been in there.
Anyway.
Again, yeah,
not
it's just loopholes. Yeah, it's
not
major things, but it's just little things that could have been nice just to clear up the story.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was parts of the story where it wasn't really cleared up properly, and you've just jumped over it. Yeah. And it's just like...
Yeah. And then obviously we saw a little bit of where Cinderella and Prince Charming started. We saw where Maleficent and Hayley started.
Which was nice.
That was nice. I liked that, actually.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we can see where Mal was made.
Yeah.
And where Chloe was made.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really
nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
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 But I wonder why, sorry, just one more, but I wonder why they decided to bring Jasmine and Aladdin into Merlin Academy, but not in Auradon.
Yeah. And why them two?
But then again, if they make another movie, maybe they'll be in Auradon.
Well, if they're introducing them now, then yeah,
Maybe.
most likely, or you know, and then whatever child they have, yeah. But I think we were just saying as well, like people like Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel
not
wasn't
even having someone like Ariel.
Ariel wasn't in it, but Ursula was. Ursula is, sorry.
Yeah.
But Ariel's not.
But again, yeah, bringing Jasmine and Aladdin, maybe that is their way of, okay, no, there are a lot of characters that we actually miss.
And there is a lot of characters.
It's a pathway to actually get them all in.
Do you know what I would love? And if you've been following our Disney videos, you'll know this. I would love if they bring Pocahontas into Descendants. If they make another movie, please.
Oh, that would be
Please,
brilliant.
Disney.
Yeah, please Disney. Please.
Oh my gosh.
That would be really good.
Please. And bring Tiana in while you're at it.
Yes.
They have to bring Tiana in because Dr. Facilio was in it.
True.
Come on, Princess Tiana and Pocahontas, please.
Like, Disney is so afraid of doing anything with Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Like, you've always got a reason why you don't want to do Pocahontas, so...
Yeah.
Always
please,
a reason.
I would love it. Please,
that would be
please,
so
please,
good.
Please.
That would be so good.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
Sorry, guys, this has been a long review, but when it's Disney, you know... We can just talk and talk.
Yeah, we actually can. It just goes over.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys are just, speaking back to, to your phones and your TVs along with us. Be like,
yeah. But definitely let us know what you guys thought of the movie. Yeah. Obviously, let us know what you thought of our rating as well, because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good either.
Up there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let us know what you thought. Was you excited for the release? Yeah. Did you jump at the chance to watch the movie? Yeah, let us know what you thought. Even your comparisons to the original 3. Like, what did you think? The OGs not being in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you think they delivered with this movie, or did you think it was meh?
And China obviously being the only OG that was in it. What did you think of her parts?
Yeah.
And, the lack of... Yeah, the lack thereof.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, but let us know what you thought in the comments below. We'd love to have a chat with you, as usual. You guys know already. For those of you who are new, welcome to our channel. Lovely to have you here. And for our returning subscribers, we love you as well. We love everybody. But stay tuned for our next video. Thank you for joining us today. And at this time, Patten Time out.